Hey, Patriots fans, let's jump straight into the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And trust me, there's a lot to unpack. 7 games into the season, and things are starting to really take shape. But before we get too deep, I want to kick things off by asking you a question. Out of all the players on the roster this year, who has stood out to you the most? And I want to make it a little more specific. Who has been your favorite new addition to the team so far? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this season, more than ever, every player counts and every move matters. Now, let's get into some of the big news. There's been a lot of talk lately about a major blunder by another team, and of course, it directly affects the Patriots. The Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, I know, it still feels weird saying Los Angeles instead of San Diego, doesn't it? Made a move that a lot of analysts are calling a massive fumble. Let me break it down. They decided to release Caleb Murphy, a young edge rusher with a ton of upside, in favor of keeping more veteran players like Khalil Mack and Denzel Perryman. On paper, it might seem reasonable. You're holding on to experienced players, you're thinking about immediate impact, and maybe you're looking for stability. But here's the thing. Murphy wasn't just a bench warmer. He brought serious value to special teams, and even though he might not have been starting every snap as an edge rusher, his potential was through the roof. This is where the Patriots swoop in, like they always do. Caleb Murphy is now part of the New England Patriots, and this is exactly the kind of strategic move that can pay off big down the line. Mike Vrabel, who coached Murphy back in 2023 with the Tennessee Titans, knew exactly what he was getting. That kind of prior connection is priceless because it means Murphy isn't just an unknown quantity. He's someone who already has familiarity with the system, the expectations, and the work ethic required at this level. For the Patriots, it's about maximizing the roster, finding players who can contribute in multiple ways, and thinking long-term. Murphy might not start immediately as a star edge rusher, but he can make an impact right away on special teams while also being developed as a future contributor. It's also worth noting the contrast in ages and career stages here. Mack, Perryman, and another veteran edge rusher, Bud Dupree, are all in their 30s. Murphy is young, hungry, and just starting to tap into his full potential. From a strategic perspective, it's a classic example of a team balancing the present with the future. Veteran players bring leadership and experience, no doubt, but young players bring energy, athleticism, and the potential to grow into something even greater. By picking up Murphy, the Patriots are essentially saying, we're thinking ahead, we're building depth, and we're not afraid to invest in potential. And it's not just speculation. Stats and performance back this up. Murphy made waves in college, first at Grand Valley State University, which happens to have a connection for some of us personally, and then transferring to Ferris State, where he won 2 national championships and set the NCAA record for sacks in a single year. These are not minor achievements. This is a player who has already shown the ability to dominate at a high level, and now he's bringing that talent into the NFL. It's a natural progression, and seeing him develop in New England could be fascinating, especially for fans who love watching young players rise through the ranks. From a team-building perspective, Murphy represents versatility. The Patriots have been looking for depth in several key areas, and edge rusher depth combined with special teams impact is exactly the kind of value that can tip the scales in close games. Every single snap matters, and having someone who can contribute immediately while also being groomed for a bigger role down the line is a win for the team. Vrabel's approach has always been methodical. Maximize what you have, identify gaps, and find the pieces that fit both now and in the future. Murphy fits that mold perfectly, and it's exciting to see the front office make a calculated move that could have ripple effects for years to come. Meanwhile, the Chargers' decision has raised eyebrows across the league. Many fans and analysts can't understand why a player with such a high ceiling would be released in favor of older, more established players. Loyalty is important in football, no doubt about it, but ultimately, this is a business, and the goal is to put the best team on the field. When it comes to maximizing roster value, sometimes you have to make tough decisions. In this case, the Patriots clearly recognized an opportunity and seized it. It's a reminder that in the NFL, roster management is as much about vision and foresight as it is about the plays on the field. On top of that, Murphy's skill set is tailor-made for the Patriots' current needs. Charles Woods has been out, creating a gap on special teams, and the team needed someone who could step in and immediately make a difference. Murphy's ability to contribute in that role, while also being groomed for the future, is a textbook example of strategic roster planning. Fans are going to see him on the field in crucial moments, and even if it's not always in the starting lineup, his impact could be felt in ways that aren't immediately obvious on the stat sheet. These are the kinds of moves that define a season: depth, versatility, and the potential for big growth. And let's not forget the personal side of this story. Murphy comes from Michigan, has roots in smaller Division II programs, and yet he's made it to the NFL. There's a sense of pride in watching players from smaller schools succeed at the highest level. It speaks to talent being everywhere, and the Patriots have a knack for spotting it. When you see someone like Murphy rise through the ranks, it's not just about football. It's about the journey, the work ethic, and the perseverance that got him here. Fans love that narrative, and it's one more reason to get excited about his arrival in New England. So, in short, the Patriots have landed a young, versatile edge rusher who brings immediate value to special teams, has a proven track record at the college level, and has untapped potential to grow into something much bigger. Murphy is the kind of strategic acquisition that can quietly change the dynamic of a team without making flashy headlines. For fans, it's a reminder that every roster move matters and that the Patriots continue to think ahead, building not just for today, but for seasons to come. Now that we've covered Caleb Murphy, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the wider picture for the Patriots this season. One thing you notice when watching New England play is how the team is slowly but surely finding its rhythm, especially on offense. The wide receivers are starting to click, the quarterbacks are settling into timing, and the offensive line, while not perfect, is holding its own. Players like Stephon Diggs and other key targets are starting to show their full potential, creating more space and opportunities for plays to develop. It's exciting to watch because you can see the pieces of a championship-level team starting to align, even if there are still areas that need tweaking. And speaking of wide receivers, there's been some chatter about potential moves that could shake up the roster. Names like Tyler Lockett come up, and naturally, Patriots fans start imagining what that might look like on the field. But here's the reality. Adding a high-profile receiver like Lockett isn't necessarily the game-changer some might think. Sure, he's talented, a proven veteran, and could make big plays, but the Patriots' current receiving core is hitting its stride. The timing, chemistry, and development of existing players are critical, and bringing in someone new could disrupt that flow rather than enhance it. It's a classic risk versus reward scenario. Sometimes, the best move isn't to chase another star, but to focus on developing the talent already in your system. That's not to say the Patriots wouldn't consider adding a wide receiver under the right circumstances. If the price is right and the player brings undeniable value, then absolutely, the team would make the move. But this isn't about chasing headlines. It's about building a roster that is balanced, deep, and capable of performing consistently week in and week out. In football, it's not always the flashiest acquisitions that make the difference. It's the smart, strategic ones that often turn into long-term success. And New England has a track record of making those kinds of decisions. They aren't afraid to be patient, to develop talent, and to ensure that every player on the roster contributes meaningfully, whether on offense, defense, or special teams. Another aspect worth highlighting is how the Patriots handle special teams. This is often overlooked by casual fans, but special teams can make or break games. Caleb Murphy's contribution here is a perfect example. Depth players who can step in and make an immediate impact are invaluable, especially in high-stakes situations. Think about it. A single missed assignment or a broken play can swing momentum, change field position, or even decide the outcome of a game. That's why the Patriots' focus on versatility and depth is so important. Every player, no matter how small their role might seem, can influence the team's success. Looking at the defensive side, the Patriots continue to emphasize flexibility. They're not just stacking veterans or chasing headlines. They're building a unit capable of adapting to any situation. Players who can line up in multiple positions, cover multiple roles, and adjust to the evolving demands of the game are the ones that give New England its competitive edge. Caleb Murphy fits perfectly into that philosophy. Young, adaptable, and coachable. He's not just a depth piece. He's a future contributor, someone who can grow with the team and potentially become a cornerstone down the line. The Patriots have always excelled at identifying players like this, and adding Murphy is a continuation of that trend. It's also fascinating to consider the strategic mindset behind these moves. Mike Vrabel and the front office aren't simply reacting to what other teams are doing. They're anticipating, planning, and positioning the Patriots for both immediate and long-term success. The Murphy acquisition is a perfect illustration. The Chargers hesitated, they prioritized loyalty and experience, and New England capitalized. It's a reminder that in the NFL, opportunity often favors the proactive, and the Patriots have shown time and again that they're not afraid to act decisively when the timing is right. Meanwhile, fans are watching closely, analyzing every roster move and projecting how it will affect the team's performance. Social media is buzzing with speculation, and naturally, opinions are mixed. Some Patriots fans might be skeptical about the impact of new acquisitions, while others see the potential upside and get excited about the possibilities. That's the beauty of following a team so closely. The mix of strategy, talent, and narrative keeps every week interesting. Each new signing, each adjustment to the roster, has a story behind it, and fans become part of that story simply by paying attention, discussing, and debating the implications. The broader picture for the Patriots this season is about balance. Balancing youth and experience, offense and defense, special teams and main units, immediate impact, and long-term development. Caleb Murphy is a perfect microcosm of that approach. A young player with potential, a background that shows both skill and resilience, and the ability to contribute right away while being groomed for a larger role. This is what makes following the Patriots so compelling. Every player, every decision, every snap matters, and the team's ability to think ahead while executing in the present is what separates them from others in the league. And while there's excitement about potential wide receiver moves, the reality is that continuity often outweighs flashy acquisitions. Players who know the system, who have built chemistry, and who are progressing in their development can sometimes provide more value than bringing in a high-profile name. The Patriots front office understands this balance better than most, and their track record shows that patience, smart evaluation, and strategic development often pay off more than chasing headlines or short-term fixes. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a shocking twist that has set the NFL rumor mill ablaze, whispers are circulating that the New England Patriots are making a bold move to snag wide receiver Michael Gallup from a rival division team. Sources close to the league suggest that the Patriots, known for their strategic off-season maneuvers, are quietly working behind the scenes to bring Gallup into the fold, a move that could send ripples across the AFC East and beyond. Gallup, who has consistently proven himself as a reliable target with sharp route running and clutch hands, has been a standout performer in his current squad, making him a coveted commodity for any team looking to boost its receiving core. While the details of the potential deal remain murky, insiders hint that New England is prepared to offer a combination of draft capital and young talent to pry Gallup away from his divisional rival, a gamble that could pay huge dividends if executed correctly. The speculation alone has already ignited debate among fans and analysts alike. Some argue that Gallup's addition would instantly transform the Patriots' passing attack, giving quarterback Mac Jones a dynamic playmaker capable of stretching defenses and creating mismatches across the field. Others question whether the team's salary cap situation and existing roster commitments might complicate such a high-profile acquisition. Regardless, the mere possibility of the move has brought a renewed sense of intrigue to Foxborough, where fans have grown accustomed to seeing the Patriots orchestrate headlines that dominate the sports pages. Historically, New England has not shied away from aggressive roster strategies, And this rumor pursuit fits perfectly into the franchise's blueprint of pairing savvy draft picks with opportunistic veteran acquisitions. Should the deal materialize, it would represent a bold statement of intent. The Patriots are not content to remain in the shadows of their divisional rivals. They're actively seeking to rewrite the power dynamics of the AFC East. As the offseason unfolds, eyes will be firmly fixed on any hints of negotiations, trade teasers, or cryptic social media activity that could confirm the swirling reports. For now, fans can only speculate and imagine the potential fireworks that Michael Gallup and Patriots Blue might unleash. But one thing is clear. The rumor alone has already stirred the kind of excitement that only New England football can deliver. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.